Welcome in on our ABC 13 live stream. Thanks for watching on this Thursday afternoon. I'm Jonathan Bruce. We've got some major weather to talk about both here in Houston, certainly in the northern part of the state in Texas. We got some stuff coming into the Bayou City right now. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog. Travis, this has been a busy weather stretch. I know that y'all are tracking. What is the timeline?
Absolutely, Jonathan. We are on the non-freezing side of this major winter storm that is tracking up through North Texas, across the Red River into Oklahoma City. And right on cue, we are expecting these heavy rain showers to start blowing into Houston in the afternoon. And here they are on the way. Widespread rain shower lifting in from the southwest, part of a coastal low pressure center near Matagorda Bay that's really kicking up the wind along the coast as well. So when you look down to the southwest of town with our 13 alert radar in Edna, picking up on some of that heavier rainfall from Cuero to Hallettsville. Most of the rain so far today has been on the lighter side, and it adds a little bit of a misery factor to it when you factor in the wind and the chilly temperatures. Meanwhile, light to moderate rain continues eastward across Angleton and into Galveston, over to High Island, over the city of Houston. Some light rain beginning to move to the southwest corner of the loop, coming out of Fort Bend County. We're over Missouri City, Stafford, parts of Sugar Land. We're getting that steady light rain, and so the coverage of this rain is gradually going to fill in here. And as we get deeper into the afternoon and into the evening, it's pretty much guaranteed that we're all going to be getting that very cold rain. Here's a look at our future track radar loop over the next 6 hours. It shows the heaviest showers kind of down south in the coastal counties near that area of low pressure that should be approaching Galveston by the time we get to 8, 9 o'clock tonight. And then once that low slides off to the east later this evening, it'll pull the heavy rain along with it, and eventually this rainfall will taper its way on down. Here's a current look at wind gusts. We have 31-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Galveston, 23 in Houston, 25 in Pearland, 28 in Wharton, and a wind gust of 22 miles per hour observed in Tomball. Those winds will get stronger in the coastal counties as we journey in through the evening. Live look in Galveston right now shows the tower cam rocking around, and you can see the spray from the rain reducing the visibility, and the waves are really kicking up as well. At the time of high tide, we're expecting those tide levels to get approaching 4 feet, so parts of the Bolivar Peninsula are going to take on some of that wave run up as well. It's 53 degrees on the island, nearly 100% humidity, and an east-northeast wind at 16 miles per hour. Meanwhile, as far as what we're expecting on the waters, with those east winds at 20 to 30 knots, the bay waters will be rough, the Gulf waves 7 to 12 feet, and we have a gale warning in effect offshore, a small craft advisory, and a coastal flood advisory in effect for right along the coast until 6 o'clock in the morning. So certainly some rough conditions along the upper Texas coastline. You look up north into Conroe, it's chilly, 37 degrees. The visibility has been reduced here as well with the light rain coming down at times, so can't see too far across the lake. And we've got water drops on the lens here as we look live towards downtown Houston. Current temperature on the north side of town is 41 degrees, but when you factor in the wind, it feels like it's 33. We basically are going to see the temperatures start descending a little bit. Why is that? Because the dew point is at 36. So as this rain falls into the drier air, a lot of it evaporates, and that takes energy out of the atmosphere, which cools the temperature down. So don't be surprised if this number eventually drops down into the 30s. And here's what we're expecting for the rest of today on into the weekend. We do anticipate that the rain chance goes up to 100% by this evening and overnight. That cold rain will continue through much of the night, but it tapers down pretty early on Friday. And as I'm talking here with David Tillman and Rachel Bryars, this is our forecast discussion time. We're thinking of bringing the rain chance down maybe a touch more for Friday as we get most of that out of the way before the sun comes up. But it is going to be cloudy and chilly tomorrow. We start off in the 30s, we'll make our way back into the mid-40s. The clouds will clear out at some point on Friday. It may not be until Friday evening, but we do expect sunshine to come in this weekend. But with the sky clearing out on Friday night, that temperature Saturday morning is coming down into freeze territory. We think a light freeze here in Houston, but 20s will certainly be possible north of town. So we are expecting the cold weather to continue this weekend, at least in the mornings, and then next week things will gradually warm on up. But for now, Jonathan, we're keeping a close eye on those rain showers that are coming in from the southwest, and we'll have a lot more on our live newscast starting at 3 o'clock.
It's Chief Meteorologist in our weather lab. Travis, let me ask you this in terms of this weather that is coming in right now, in terms of folks preparing. Or it sounds like we're talking about jacket, coat. I was getting those two confused. You're going to need a coat. You're going to need an umbrella, potentially a windbreaker in what we're seeing here tonight and into Friday morning.
Yeah, and maybe you might even want some rain goggles with that wind coming in, the rain sideways at times. It is just going to be miserable if you have to be outside for extended periods of time because of the cold weather, the wind, and the rain. We do expect the rain intensity to pick up later on this evening, especially south of Interstate 10 as that coastal low passes us by. And so the roughest conditions will be along the coast, and there is a possibility, Jonathan, of some street flooding eventually at some point after the sun goes down.
Now, I'm going to have our team pull up some of these videos that we're looking at from North Texas, where we have seen the snow already descend. This from TxDOT there in Amarillo. We also have some viewer videos as well. Take a look at this from Diana Penn. I think this is more in the Dallas area. We're seeing some of this forecasted snow on the ground that we've heard about really all week, and it is certainly taking shape. Let's take a look at another one here when you get the bus coming there in the driveway and all of that slush. Listen, this is kind of nasty stuff right now, although maybe folks are excited for some snow. Let's get back to Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog. Travis, what do you make of what we're seeing in North Texas right now?
Well, I think for those who are native to Texas, and because snow is so rare, most folks are enjoying it. But for those who have moved here from other parts of the country where the snow stays on the ground for 6 months out of the year, they are saying, I'm glad we are not getting any snow in Houston. But yes, up north, a heavy snow is falling near the I-20 corridor up towards the Red River. I've got reports I'm seeing from the National Weather Service up in Denton County, just north of Dallas County, of 4.5 inches of snow on the ground right now. And look, that blue you see, that is heavy snow, which will continue for the rest of the day and deep into the night. So we could be looking at some pretty hefty snowfall accumulations there just north of the I-20 corridor. Meanwhile, back over the hill country where you see the shades turning to purple, that is sleet that is coming down. So that's snow that partially melts and then refreezes before reaching the ground. And the pink shade, that's the stuff you don't really want. So north of San Antonio, west of Austin over there in the hill country, likely some freezing rain. That's when rain comes down and then freezes on contact with whatever surface it encounters. Usually the first things to go are the bridges, the overpasses, power lines can start to accrete ice, and we also get them on branches. And if you get enough ice on tree branches, they start to weigh down and eventually they could possibly even snap off. So they are not getting the fun stuff right now in the hill country. Then back here, it's all about the cold rain that is settling in, and that rain intensity again will pick up, so we will be on the lookout for the possibility of some ponding on roadways and some street flooding once we get later on into the night. Jonathan?
Last one here, Travis, on our ABC 13 live stream. We said about 10 minutes. We're going to hit it right on the nose. There's a mighty big football game happening in Dallas tomorrow. You have to imagine a lot of UT fans are going to be making their way up. How safe are the roadways going to be? What do people need to know about that travel to Dallas tonight and certainly tomorrow?
Yeah, if you go to drivetexas.org, which is run by TxDOT, it basically shows where roads and bridges and overpasses are starting to freeze up. So use that as a tool to navigate around because of the frozen roadways up there in North Texas. And as I was looking at it this morning, because I was trying to help guide Mo Hyder and our Joe Gleason up there safely as they get in place, we were starting to see things ice up right as they were getting into town. So folks certainly need to use caution if traveling up to North Texas. And we'll see just what the roadways look like tomorrow for anyone that planned on driving up there tomorrow. The precipitation will be done tomorrow morning, but some of those roadways may have a thick glaze of ice and have a high accumulation of snow on them as well.
Our weather team dialed in, has you covered every step of the way, certainly what's happening in southeast Texas and up north in the Lone Star State as well. Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog from the Weather Lab on our ABC 13 live stream. I'm Jonathan Bruce. Travis, thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.